Last year was monumental for construction, bringing us record-setting skyscrapers, airports in polar climates, and even mountain interiors repurposed for massive builds. Yet the next 12 months promise to be just as significant, with some truly notable milestones on the horizon. Here are the top 25 construction projects you'll want to keep an eye on in 2025. Starting from the very top, Dubai's Burj Binghatti will soon be the tallest building finished this year, standing at an impressive 557 meters. It's poised to become the world's tallest residential tower, offering 2- and 3-bedroom apartments across its 104 floors. At the summit, an elaborate crown formed from diamond-shaped panes of glass will catch everyone's attention. Developed collaboratively by Binghatti Properties and jewelry house Jacob & Co., it's ideal for anyone fond of sky-high living and glitzy timepieces. While it's unclear if apartments come bundled with a luxury vehicle or a diamond watch, those who can afford a penthouse in a jewelry-themed tower likely won't worry about that. Also rising in Dubai is the Burj Azizi. Upon its completion in 2028, it will become the second tallest building on Earth at a remarkable 725 meters. Its design incorporates a hotel, a shopping mall, and apartments, meaning it won't claim the tallest residential title from the Burj Binghatti, but at only 105 meters shy of the Burj Khalifa, it has plenty to boast about. Rounding out Dubai's contributions for 2025 is the Ciel Tower, soon to be recognized as the world's tallest hotel at 365 meters. That might seem modest compared to the Burj Binghatti's height, but Ciel Tower features a striking focal point, a 76th floor atrium at around 300 meters, complete with an infinity pool and breathtaking views of the Persian Gulf. If you have the means to choose between a hotel suite here or an apartment in another tower, maybe you don't have to decide, just get both. Speaking of Dubai landmarks, the Ain Dubai has been something of a mystery. Launched in 2021, it soared above the skyline but stopped operating just 5 months later. Initially, the official explanation was a closure for improvements, with promises to reopen soon. Yet it remained idle. Representatives suggested a few times last year that it might resume operations within a few months, and while it has occasionally been seen turning at a slow pace, no definitive date has emerged. Consider its formidable size. It stands nearly 100 meters taller than its closest rival and is almost twice the height of the London Eye. Dubai's reputation for pushing boundaries may have hit a snag here. Will 2025 be the year the Ain Dubai either restarts or remains an oversized monument to overambition? Time will tell. Since the line was revealed in 2022, Saudi Arabia has captured global attention with mega developments under the NEOM umbrella, many of which appear almost too grandiose to be real. The world's big question is, will they see completion in any recognizable form? Last year, reports indicated that some aspects might be scaled back or reconsidered following lower than expected oil revenue. An announcement is expected that will clarify what remains intact. Confirmed so far is a reduction in the initial target for the line's first phase to 2.4 kilometers in length, still a massive structure. Shifting to rail projects, Brightline West in the United States is worth tracking. The U.S. has pursued high-speed rail since the 1960s, when President Johnson expressed interest in catching up to Japan's Shinkansen, but has faced challenges like soaring costs and land disputes. Just look at California high-speed rail. What sets Brightline West apart is that it's privately owned and aims to connect Las Vegas with Southern California using a 218-mile route primarily running along the I-15 highway. Construction got underway last year, and the project plans to finish before the 2028 LA Olympics. This European rail initiative, covering 870 kilometers from Estonia in the north to Poland in the south, is also noteworthy. Rail Baltica will fill a major gap in Europe's high-speed train network, superseding the outdated east-west system that reflected historic ties to Russia and the USSR. Noteworthy features include stations designed by architectural firms like Zaha Hadid and wildlife-friendly eco-ducts that allow animals to cross the tracks unimpeded. One cannot discuss big rail developments without mentioning the UK's High-Speed 2, HS2. In October 2024, after the Labour Party took power, the new Transport Secretary Louise Hay confirmed that HS2 will indeed terminate within central London, abandoning prior plans to end it at Old Oak Common. However, a month later, Hay was replaced, so any future changes remain possible. At this point, nobody is entirely sure how it will unfold. Even so, it's expected that by around 2033, a speedy rail connection will link Birmingham to somewhere on London's perimeter, unless further alterations occur. Either way, stay tuned. One project that will almost certainly reach completion in 2025 is the Gordie Howe International Bridge, which has faced significant opposition from the billionaire Manuel Morone, who owns the existing Ambassador Bridge between Detroit and Windsor. The United States and Canada exchange roughly USD 664 billion in trade each year, with about a quarter of that moving through this busy corridor. Since Morone derived substantial toll revenue from the old bridge and its duty-free outlets, he fought hard to block the new project. Ultimately, these efforts failed, and construction has progressed, with last year's photos showing bridge segments inching closer from both sides. Once opened, it should relieve congestion and facilitate faster transit of goods. Strategic infrastructure can transform an entire region's fortunes, just as Singapore's Changi Airport did. Iraq is hoping to replicate such success with the Grand Fa port, a development accompanied by a 200-kilometer railway linking the port to Turkey. The overarching goal is to make Iraq a primary European gateway. However, large-scale transportation hubs aren't always guaranteed success. Recall Spain's Ciudad Real Airport, which cost around $1 billion and closed after 3 years due to low demand. Moreover, issues of regional security cannot be overlooked. Phase 1, scheduled to wrap up in 2025, will be pivotal in determining whether Grand Fa Port can deliver on its grand ambitions. Iraq also welcomes a high-profile architectural landmark this year. Zaha Hadid architects are finalizing the Central Bank of Iraq Tower in Baghdad, representing both a modern symbol for the nation's progress and a tribute to the late Zaha Hadid, who was born in Iraq. Unlike some designs that fall short in the final look, the tower appears to match its concept images impressively well, standing tall as a source of pride for the region. In Japan, 2025 will see the World Expo in Osaka, showcasing innovations and visions for the future. The event will take place on Yumeshima Island in Osaka Bay, and the centerpiece is a colossal 700-meter-wide wooden ring. Designed by So Fujimoto, it references traditional Japanese carpentry techniques commonly used for temple building. Guests can ascend a rooftop terrace for views of the entire expo and watch water performances by the island's shore. On the cultural front, Abu Dhabi finally sees the opening of its own Guggenheim Museum this year. Frank Gehry's design employs interconnected geometric volumes evoking desert dunes and Islamic architectural motifs. The exterior's titanium, steel, and glass surfaces shine under the sunlight. Originally slated for a 2011 debut, this museum forms part of a USD $27 billion cultural district that also includes a Louvre branch and the Zayed National Museum. Delays and contract revisions postponed the Guggenheim's launch multiple times, but it now appears ready to welcome visitors. When it comes to Guggenheim or Frank Gehry, Bilbao inevitably comes to mind. That Spanish city ignited the museum effect back in 1997, revitalizing a once industrial town into a cultural hotspot. This year, the Bilbao Fine Arts Museum will unveil a new extension, designed by another renowned architect, continuing the city's dedication to high-profile artistic venues. With this addition, Bilbao proves it remains a major cultural force. Heading south to Barcelona, 2025 promises significant progress on Antoni Gaudi's iconic Sagrada Familia. Two major phases are on track: completion of the Jesus Christ Tower and the Chapel of the Assumption. The basilica was planned with 18 monumental towers, each symbolizing a biblical figure, with the tallest being dedicated to Jesus. This year, a 17-meter cross will top that tower, bringing its total height to 172.5 meters. While Gaudi started working on the Sagrada Familia many decades ago, the full project is still set to wrap up around 2034. Over in Greece, Renzo Piano Building Workshop is behind 3 upcoming hospital buildings as part of the Stavros Niarchos Foundation Health Initiative. They embrace a biophilic design approach, incorporating plenty of greenery and healing gardens to support patients' well-being. Whether or not some of the claims behind biophilic design are exaggerated, a hospital integrated with nature can't hurt. Let's hope people enjoy the landscaping without needing an actual hospital stay. Moving to North America's skyline news, Toronto will soon get the One, a super tall reaching 306 meters, expected to be the city's first building above 300 meters. Designed by Foster Plus Partners, the tower's structure rests on 8 massive columns, with floors suspended via diagonal framing. Though it was initially planned to open in 2002, financial and management troubles delayed it. The main developer was eventually removed from the project, and the debt climbed over $1 billion. Whether or not the One meets its new 2025 target date remains to be seen. New York City is having more success with skyscrapers, exemplified by the future 270 Park Avenue. It's set to be the new global headquarters for J.P. Morgan Chase, outfitted with every amenity an elite finance firm could want. Its most remarkable feat is underground engineering. Because it occupies a site above active subway lines, extra reinforcements were built beneath the building's curtain wall supports. The entire structure was then raised onto temporary columns, creating a public plaza at street level. Weight is distributed by eye-catching V-shaped pillars strategically aligned with the below-ground foundations. China, despite imposing a ban in 2020 on buildings taller than 500 meters, is still busy with large-scale projects. The Great River Center is one such development, a 400-meter office tower anchoring a major project along the Yangtze River. Its sleek silhouette is inspired by an ancient Chinese string instrument, emphasizing understated elegance over flashy designs. On the more dramatic side, the Taikang Financial Center by Zaha Hadid Architects is taking shape just downstream from the Great River Center. Photos shared last year showed significant progress, and its official opening is slated for late 2025. 3 towers are arranged around a shared courtyard, showcasing Zaha Hadid's signature flowing aesthetic. But this won't be the only spectacular tower on the horizon. Also from Zaha Hadid Architects is the OPPO headquarters in Shenzhen, which will cover 185,000 square meters across 4 towers connected by open atriums. Often described as China's version of Silicon Valley, Shenzhen is known for technology and futuristic designs. This complex reinforces that reputation, blending sleek form and advanced engineering. To round out China's skyscraper highlights, Guangzhou is home to the Sany IROOTECH headquarters, a set of towers rising from a raised podium. The podium serves as a public plaza at ground level, and the underside of its roof is lined with dimpled aluminum panels to reflect light. Above, each tower's triangular grid framework provides resilience against seismic forces, while inward-sloping facades help shield the interior from intense sunlight. Before leaving China, here's something different. The Cloud9 Sports Center, opening in 2025 with various fitness facilities and both indoor and outdoor tennis courts. Designed by Mad Architects, it's situated in a prominent urban park and aims to mirror local terrain with its curving, cloud-like shape. This year marks an important phase for ITER, the experimental fusion reactor in southern France. A collaboration involving 35 nations, ITER aims to demonstrate the enormous potential of nuclear fusion, offering a possible source of almost limitless clean energy. For a thorough explanation of how fusion differs from fission, be sure to check out detailed documentaries on what may be the world's most complex construction endeavor. Finally, consider what happens when a crucial dam develops structural issues. Switzerland's Spittallam Dam, completed in 1932, helped produce a big share of the nation's power, but now has a noticeable crack. Early engineers did not fully understand the stress such an arch-gravity dam would endure. Since 2019, crews have been constructing a replacement dam using a double-curved design, both horizontally and vertically, to manage water pressure more efficiently with thinner walls. The remote alpine location and tough winter weather have made this an especially challenging build, but completion is expected this year. These are the 25 most exciting projects to watch in 2025. If you've stayed with this list until the end, we appreciate your dedication. For more insights from the Definitive Construction channel in 2025, keep following the Fluxion.